It's that time of year again. It's back to school time. I know what you're thinking. You're an educator. You should be more excited than this. Let me tell you what, back to school time is one of the most overwhelming times of the year for an educator. I mean, there is nothing more triggering than walking into Target and Walmart and seeing the pencils on sale and the pens on sale and the glue sticks and the paper and the binder and all of the school supplies. Not because we don't like that stuff. We actually really do love all those things. But it means one thing. We are about to go back on duty. Now, this is not to say that educators don't like their jobs. We do. We love what we do. We love inspiring young children to reach their goals and work hard and achieve. We love that. But what back to school means is it helps us to realize, man, all of the things that I thought I was going to do this summer, I just haven't gotten around to doing them. Because we ended last school year saying, oh, no. I'm going to do this and this and this and this over the summer because next year it's going to be totally different. I'm going to grow professionally because I love what I do and I want to be better. And we have spent much of our time over the summer working toward that end, but you know what? It just wasn't enough time. And now it's time to come back to school, and we have a totally different list now. We have classrooms to set up and professional development to attend and bulletin boards to put in place and home visits to do and so many things. I mean, the list is long just to get the year started, and we want classrooms that are inviting and welcoming for all of our students, and wow, we are overwhelmed. It's a lot. Educators, I feel you. I know. And school leaders, you're thinking about how to set the tone for your school for the next year and hiring and thinking about curriculum and so much. It's that time of year again, and boy, can it be stressful. And we start the year almost stumbling into it because our list was so long just to get the year started. And the first day is we're just thankful we made it through it and that the children had a good time. And the first week we're getting to know one another, and man, the first month can still feel a little bit stressful and heavy. I totally understand that feeling. I've been there. I am there. I know what you're feeling. But I'm going to put one more thing on your plate. I know that sounds crazy because I just talked about all of the things that you have on your plate. But this one thing is very important, and it's going to sound very simple, and you're going to think, well, maybe I've already done this. But I want to challenge you to really think deeper about it. I'm challenging you to think about the goals and the aspirations that you have for your classroom this year. You're saying to me, I already know what my goals are. The district has told us what our school needs to do. My principal has told me what my classroom needs to do and accomplish. We've gone through the data. We've looked at the scores. We've seen which children need to be getting which interventions, all of those things. You've done it all. And you're feeling like, I don't need to see this. You do. Because have you set goals and aspirations for yourself? As a professional educator, have you determined what you hope for your own professional career? What you hope for your classroom this year? What your goals are going to be for your students and for yourself this year? How are you improving your practice? Have you written it down? My guess is that you probably haven't. And I know why. You're busy. That is why I'm here to ask you to pause, wait, take 5 minutes, maybe it'll take you 20 minutes to sit down and write down some very measurable goals. We're very familiar with that. We do that for our students all the time and for our schools as a whole. We're very familiar with goals. Write those goals down for yourself. What do you want to see happen in your classroom for yourself? What do you aspire to? What are your aspirations, those larger hope-fors that you would like to move towards slowly but surely? What are they? Have you written them down? Here's why we write them down. We write them down to keep reminding ourselves of what it is that we set out in the beginning to do. We also need to have an accountability partner. You need to find someone who's also writing down goals and aspirations, come together, share those goals and aspirations, and keep each other accountable. Whether it's every week, every month, whatever the timeline is, make sure that you're doing that. Because as teachers, we get caught up in a whirlwind of things to do. That's what we do as educators. We're busy, and there's always something else that you need to take care of or you haven't taken care of yet. And we often lose ourselves in that process. We lose what we want to see happen for our own classrooms and for our own careers, and we lose our aspirations and get just caught up in the day-to-day routine, which often is where a lot of the joy from the profession is stripped, because we're no longer striving for something that we want to see happen. Now, we're always striving for our children, and that's always something that we want to push for, and that's an amazing goal and aspiration. But as educators, there's sometimes some personal things that we want to do and that we want to improve on. Maybe it's your organizational methods. You have a goal to improve how you organize your classroom. Set that out. Write it down. Keep yourself accountable. Have someone to help you be accountable. You have great aspirations to do something even larger. Some of you want to get master's degrees and just can't figure out how it's going to happen. Write it down as an aspiration. Push yourselves toward that and help somebody else, keep them accountable for what they want to do. We have to do this together as a team. So here's my suggestion. Pick up the book, The 4 Disciplines of Execution. It was very helpful for me and for my staff as we began to think about how to set goals and keep ourselves accountable. Now, it's not written for educators, it's written more from a business perspective, but I think it's so applicable to what we do in our spaces. So now, I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of reading, just to be transparent. You probably don't either. So I picked up the audiobook, and that was really helpful so I could listen to it to and from work. But ladies and gentlemen, all my educator friends out there, my school leaders, my district leaders, good things, they take time. But we've got to be willing to put in the work. And I know I'm not saying you're out here not trying to do. We work so hard. But sometimes we've got to really put ourselves first. What are your goals? What are your ambitions? What do you want to see happen? And have you created an environment in which there are people there supporting you through it? Find the people, get the accountability, set the goals, write down the ambitions, and then stop and recognize that good things take time. Wait. Be patient. Understand that sometimes you'll take steps forward and sometimes you'll take steps backwards. Sometimes you'll change your goals, and that's okay too. But you always need to be pressing forward towards a goal or your ambitions. That's how we get through this thing. The unfortunate part is, as educators, what I'm saying to you, you say all the time. And a matter of fact, you may say some version of it every day to your kids, but we don't always apply it to ourselves. So I'm challenging you, set those goals, set those aspirations, find some accountability, and get to work. Have a happy school year, and we'll be back. This is an Advantage video, and I am Dr. Summer Wood.